Venus, little one. If I start welcoming everybody, should get the Good morning, and this nice sunshiny the morning today. Thank you for joining us, and you are welcome to join us in all of our songs as you know them. The one that you can sing the chorus with is "Breathe," which is our third song. But the other three songs you know very well, and you're welcome to join us in them, including this first one, "Divine Spirit in Me."
One presence, one power, divine spirit in me. One presence, one power, divine spirit in me. Thought to prayer, prayer to action, divine purpose, divine attraction. One presence, one power, divine spirit in me. One presence, one power, divine spirit in me. Thought to prayer, prayer to action, divine purpose, divine attraction. One presence, one power, divine spirit in me. One presence, one power, divine spirit in me.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Linda. I welcome all of you here in our sanctuary and those of you at home. So here we are on this March Sunday morning after watching news that brings us much seriousness. And if today's welcome feels serious, I hope to also highlight hope. And I truly love this song that you just sang. Divine purpose, divine thoughts, divine action, spirit in me. And if we as humans, with our great cognitive abilities to think and make judgments and to separate them from us or he from me, could we also have this ability to realize our oneness? And yet we forget. And so we carry sadness in our hearts because we've seen the mistakes that our human minds make. But we have hope because we also know that we have this ability to set aside the mind, the beliefs of separation, and to feel our oneness. I'm sorry, but I'm probably going to cry this morning because I truly am sad about that. And I understand why the Muslim women just cry out to Allah in their sorrow. So let's take a breath and help me here. Feel our oneness. So if you would close your eyes and breathe into the very gut of your solar plexus of power and connect it with your heart. And feel the expansion of this kindness that is the divine part of our humanity. And breathing into that and knowing who we are. And so it is. I asked Mary Lou Palmer Cardoza, our Minister of Records, to share with me what Unity Worldwide Ministry has to say about social action. And so I'm going to read this, and I'll post it up on our bulletin board. This stand is the foundation of social action in the Unity movement, where social action identifies the actions we take for communal well-being. Our collective wisdom and creativity combine to bring freedom, peace, love, equity, and justice into the world. We are stronger together. Our commitment to social action means we are committed to inspiring and encouraging each other in expressing our divine nature, that we are oneness, individually and collectively, oneness with a capital O. When we act from our divine nature, we boldly claim our divine identity moment by moment, choice by choice, through the highest spiritual principles in everyday situations. It means we are called to make a difference in our larger communities, to serve, awaken, support, and partner with anyone who faces injustice and oppression. Where there are divisions of opinions, beliefs, perspectives, Unity embraces and cherishes the diversity of gender, age, race, ethnicity, national origin, range of abilities, sexual orientation, gender identity, financial means, education, and political perspective. This commitment extends to caring for our earth, home, and environmental sustainability. Where there is fear of another, Unity strives to foster a climate of purposeful inclusion, standing for everyone's right to create a life of their own choosing. Where there is oppression and hatred, we pledge to be an advocate for the well-being, respect, and civil freedom of every human being. Any action that seeks to discriminate against individuals or classes of individuals based on prejudiced, stereotypical profiles of national origin, class, creed, race, ethnicity, physical ability, sexual orientation, gender identity, is in opposition to the core beliefs and values. We are stronger together when we recognize the interconnectedness and interdependence of all life. This is the foundation on which we stand when engaging in social action to demonstrate and live out our commitments to freedom, peace, love, equity, and justice, our communal well-being. Thank you, Unity Worldwide Ministries, for your statement of social action position. I will, in the announcements, talk about our Palm Sunday opportunity to rally with other Christians that believe the same thing. And I have posted a little brochure on this out on our bulletin board in our foyer, and also I'll post it on our bulletin board here regarding other like-minded Christians that hold these same values to be true. Okay, well, thank you for tolerating. I understand this was a very serious welcome, but I find hope in it as well. So I hope you feel hope as well. Thank you, guys. Let's move on with our service. So let us say our Unity of Appleton vision together. A spiritually awakened world, united in love and empowered in truth, and alive with infinite possibilities. And our mission, awakening divine potential in all through love, learning, prayer, and positive living. And our values: acceptance, compassion, connection, diversity, love, peace, prosperity, and spiritual growth. And we celebrate our children by singing together. Unity of Appleton sees the divinity in all children and nurtures their unfolding spirituality. So our 5 principles, let's read together number 5. I do and give my best by living the truth that I know. I make a difference. And our daily word is illumination. When someone gets a flash of insight or makes a sudden realization, it is often said that a light bulb has gone off. Actually, it should be a light bulb goes on. It is no surprise that growing in understanding is likened to light, which brings brightness and clarity to what was once obscured by darkness. I am grateful for the illumination I have received as I have traveled the divine path. My spiritual growth may not always be easy, and I will never stop learning and discovering, but there is such value in the journey itself, those moments I feel newly close to God, those times when the divine within helps me make a better choice, and those precious flashes of pure love and light. I welcome my ongoing illumination, knowing the light I seek is already within me. And from Psalms, it is you who light my lamp, the Lord my God, lights up my darkness. And so let's say together at the top, illumination. I walk with faith along the path of light.
When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. And in my hour of darkness, she is standing right in front of me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. Let it be, let it be. Let it be, let it be. For though they may be parted, there is still a chance that they will see. There will be an answer. Let it be. 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 There will be an answer. Let it be. 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 Whisper words of wisdom. Let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. And when the night is cloudy, there is still a light that shines on me. Shine until tomorrow, let it be. I wake up to the sound of music. Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom. Let it be. 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 There will be an answer. Let it be. 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 Whisper words of wisdom. Let it be.
We're definitely going to keep crying throughout
Well,
this whole
I
thing.
didn't say I'm going to cry through this whole service. Darn it, Linda, who started it. I've been really edgy this morning, and now I know why. But anyway, I choose the lyrics. I would choose the songs almost a month ahead of time. And sometimes they are just so freaking perfect for the day and the time. It's just amazing, which is why we're called synchronicity, darn it. So anyway, we are very fortunate to have with us live and in person Reverend Sandra McKinney, again, tootling in her little car, all the way from Eau Claire. We appreciate her, and we appreciate her journey. And today is even more special because there's a bunch of us who have registered for her numerology workshop. It's afterwards at 1. So please welcome Reverend Sandra McKinney.
Good morning, good morning. Thank you for being real. You know, I drove over on Saturday, and thank you, Emily. Hold your hand up, Emily, who housed me last night, fed me wonderfully. We just had a delightful time together. It was so special. Thank you. And so different not to drive it all in one day. It'll just be refreshing just to drive back instead of coming both ways on the same day. I want to take us back to February 1st when I was supposed to be here. And we're kind of in the beginning of a new year, you know, just 1 month in. And those 2 months really got mixed up for me because Unity in Eau Claire did not meet on the Sunday that it got so cold, the last Sunday in January. And that's my Sunday to speak there. So that was crossed off. And then I got sick. I don't do sickness very often, so I don't do it well. The last time I remember being sick in bed sick was in 2019. pre-COVID. And I always told my doctor, I think I had COVID then. And she says, no, you didn't. Okay. But I was in bed sick on February 1st, and I thought I was going to get here. And I pushed it to the last minute. And poor Paige, I finally called her on Saturday, and I said, I don't think I can do it. I had no voice. I had laryngitis. It started with laryngitis. And if you earn your living with your voice, it gets a little scary when you don't have one. So this talk was actually written for February 1st. So I want to kind of take us back in our thinking to, hey, we just started a new year. And at the beginning of a new year, we did the White Stone here in January, which I did via Zoom because of the weather. So I haven't really been here since December. I just thought about that today. But we set goals at the beginning of a new year, make resolutions and vow to make these changes in our lives, to have a fresh start, a chance to make improvements in such areas as health, finances, our personal growth, maybe our spiritual growth. And so however we reflect on that purpose and that process, I think it's worth considering the distinction between setting intention and making resolutions. Because the daily word that day was intention, so that's where I was coming from with the word intention. And they're similar. Intention, resolution, it's a similar thing. But there is a subtle difference. I use the Lamsa Bible, and I think I've talked about that here before. Anybody familiar with the Lamsa Bible? Oh, no, that one you might want to explore. It's a direct interpretation from the Aramaic, which was the language that Jesus spoke. So George Lamsa went around, his life's work was translating direct from the Aramaic. And there's subtle differences in the interpretation that I think I've learned has really made a difference in the way we interpret things in the Bible. Sometimes our interpretations have this, the way the Bible, it's been interpreted many, many times. And there's sometimes this underlying motivation. King Charles is known. Bedford probably knows about this. King Charles did his own interpretation because he wanted to make it okay to get divorced. Right? Because he had many wives. So we want to look at what's the interpretation of the Bible we're using. I know Unity talks about the NIV is the best to use, and that's what's used when you go through the schooling there. But the Lamsa Bible really spoke to me. So I have my copy of the Lamsa Bible. And there's key aspects of this word intention in the Lamsa translation. It includes heart-centered, meaning the intention is closely linked to the heart's true desires. Moral and spiritual. The intention determines the moral quality of an action. Well, this is that kind of heavy stuff to really sit with. Lamsa's translation often focuses on the spirit of the Aramaic rather than a literal interpretation. We are influenced by the writers of our times. And I may have shared this before, but for me that was Wayne Dyer, Louise Hay, Marianne Williamson, and of course the Fillmores. So then that made me think, well, who were the writers influencing the Fillmores when they were developing the Unity movement? So in that era, the writers that everyone was looking to was Thoreau and Emerson and Emma Curtis Hopkins, who had a really strong connection to Christian Science. So I think we see the influence of her teachings, because she went on to teach all the people who started new thought movements. So let's look at what those writers said that are influencing the Fillmores about intention. I love how this evolved. Emerson viewed intention as a potent foundational force, stating a good intention clothes itself in sudden power, like putting on a coat. Emerson believed that sincere, resolute, and high-minded intentions possess the innate ability to create their own means, overcoming obstacles to reach their goals. That is heavy stuff. This is stuff you really got to sit with. For Emerson, true purpose is found in aligning actions with one's inner, authentic self, rather than conforming to external pressures. You know, I visited a friend in January in San Antonio, and we attended the Unity Center there, where she became a member when she moved to that area, but I've known her for, we've figured out probably 30 to 40 years we've known each other. And she played music for the Unity Church in Houston. So she had a strong Unity background. And we actually met for the 8 months I lived in Texas. It's like, I think that's the only reason I went to Texas was to meet her. And we've stayed connected over the years, either my visiting her or her coming to Eau Claire. And while I was there, we went to the Unity of San Antonio. Now, San Antonio is one of the largest cities in Texas. I think it's the 8th largest city in the country. It was a very vibrant, growing Unity. It reminded me of you all. They were all applauding each other that they had come out in 30-degree weather. And I said, you know, back where I'm from, it's going to be 30 below tonight. And they actually had 12 people that were there for the first time. I thought that was impressive. But they had a guest speaker. The minister was on vacation. And her talk was from The Power of the I Am. It's a book written by Joel Osteen. The Power of I Am. I don't know if you all know Joel Osteen. So I thought that was one of those things that make you go, Well, the speaker shared this story, and it was so good, I just had to share it. Because it really makes you stop and think about where our brain goes when we hear something. Okay, a mayor of a city and his wife were walking in a political parade. You know how they do that, and the candidates walk along and wave, maybe throw candy. And as they were walking in the parade, they passed a gas station. And the husband looked over and he saw the attendant, who was actually washing the windshield and putting gas in a car. They used to do that, you know. And said to the wife, "Oh, wasn't that your previous boyfriend?" And she, before they had met and married, and she said, "Yeah, that's him." And he said, "Just think, if you had married him, you'd be married to a gasoline station attendant." And she said, "If I had married him, he would be the mayor." I love that. And where did our brains go there? No, we totally went with where he went. So I just thought that story was so worth sharing. I shared it also in Eau Claire the next time I spoke there. Because it made me stop and think, well, how do we think? What's the process of our thinking? Which then guided me to the word intention. So let's go back to intention. Thoreau advocated for intentional living by deliberately choosing to strip away distractions and society's pressures, to focus on the essential truths of life with that experiment that he did moving to Walden's Pond. To live with purpose, ensuring that he did not die realizing he had not truly lived. You all know I take care of animals, and I had one dog in Boston for 3 different trips, and so I got to actually go visit Walden's Pond, which has always been something I'd wanted to do. It's actually pretty commercialized now, which is kind of sad. But there was 2 swans swimming, so that made my visit there. I want to do something from the Bible. Jeremiah 18, 1 through 6. It's about the potter and the clay. The potter and the clay have long served as metaphors for creation and for this relationship of God to humankind. Now, the literal interpretation of the story, and one we may have grown up with, was God's displeasure with the people of Israel, and speaking out to Jeremiah the need to destroy if the people continued their evil ways. You know, researching a lot of Christian websites, that literal interpretation does hold up. In unity, because we look at the Bible metaphysically, we welcome each individual person exploring, how does this scripture relate to me and my life today? And that's going to be different for everybody, wherever we are on our spiritual journey. So in the Metaphysical Bible Dictionary, which is another book to have on your shelf, Jeremiah is called the sorrowful, is that how we say it? Sorrowful, that doesn't sound right. Sorrowful prophet, because he nearly always looked on the dark side and prophesied evil. So when the Lord directs him to arise, it means to lift up his thoughts. Not to literally get up. And God continues, if you arise, I will cause you to hear my words. So if you rise up your thoughts, you will hear my words. And then next it says to go down. That means to go within. To the potter's house. The house that God builds and dwells in. And that's the body. Potter, we've always thought of as being God. So yes, the potter's house is God within us. We are the potter. We are the house. And we are to rise up our thoughts. You know, the scripture continues. Then I went down to the potter's house. I traveled within. And behold, he was doing work on the wheel. I'm just thinking of our conversation last night. I wrote this in February. The wheel sometimes referred to as wheel of life. So that when we travel within, at meditation, prayer, God is at work in us as us and on our lives. And the vessel which he was making of clay was spoiled. Well, that's a potter's term. So he mixed the clay and made it into another vessel. He began the process again. So are you the vessel? Are you the clay? Are you the potter? Are you the wheel? Are you the house? Yes, I would say you are all those things at different times, and maybe all at the same time. So a visitor to a village of potters in North Carolina was watching a potter at work and chatting with him as he noticed that the potter made one bowl after another and talked perfectly, and as he talked, a shape appeared, and it was perfect and delicate and almost identical every time. And observing, he tried to watch one from start to finish, seeing if all the steps from this shapeless mass of clay hitting the wheel to the bowl, and then being placed on a shelf. During the conversation, he got distracted and he'd missed part of the process. So he asked the potter, "You work very quickly." The potter said, "Well, I've been doing it for 27 years. And he said, "Well, how long does it take to make a pot?" And the potter picked up yet another piece of clay, put it on the wheel, and looked at him. 27 years, he said. So how do our lives relate to that story of the potter and the clay? Most people never really change. Some people like me get addicted to change. So many people don't even try to change. Why is it that in most cases our lives keep looking like some variation of whatever we've experienced before, coming around once again on this wheel of life to maybe the same situation, just different faces maybe? We may be attempting to create a new and a different future based on the limitations of our past. But like Jeremiah, we may be holding on to limiting thoughts. So we need to rise up, go down to the potter's house, and hear God's words. And that means going within. God creates something from nothing. A fundamental principle of creation is something from nothing. God is bringing the entire world into existence from absolute nothingness at every moment. And most of the time, what we create from nothing are the stories about what we can't do, what we're not capable of, what we'll never have. To all the reasons why. Most of us don't wake up in the morning in awe of our own potential, in touch with this divine purpose that fills our brings joy into our lives, ready to believe in our dreams, ready to get started. Like Jeremiah, the Lord is saying to us, wake up, arise. Know that your life, your presence, and future is one of infinite potential. So there's 5 levels of intention: what to do, what to speak, what to think, what to believe, and what to feel. So that encourages us to be like the clay. Be flexible, be moldable. Become this vessel for Spirit to move through you. I think we saw that this morning. The Spirit moved through your incredible words and your message. Because if we're willing to create something from nothing, the very decision to be a creator in our own life brings with it a powerful intrinsic reward, like joy, fulfillment, miracles. You know, when I came here this morning from Emily's, I was coming on a different route than I normally come, but I did use GPS. And then I thought, you know, got time to go get gas. So I got off, I saw where the quick trip was. It was much further than I thought. But I got there, got back on the road. I never left that main road that goes right past this building. I got lost. And I realized I have no clue where I'm at, and GPS didn't have any clue where I was at. It's the weirdest feeling. I don't know if any of you have directional issues and get lost a lot, but it's a weird feeling when it happens because you really have no idea where you're at. And I think I realized at the time, I was way out of wherever I was supposed to be. I said, I must have driven right by that place and not even seen it. So I know that about myself, the directional stuff, and I embrace it now and always get a good laugh out of it. So know once and for all that you are not seeking God, but God is seeking you. Thank you. Amen.
I now invite you to prepare yourself as we thank Sandra for her message. Prepare yourself for reflective personal prayer and guided musical meditation, after which I ask that you remain in essential silence during the music. If you choose to do so, you may close your eyes. Feel the weight of your body as it relaxes into your chair and you let go of today's anxieties. Feel your feet on the solid earth beneath as you let go of tomorrow's worries. Become aware in this moment of your breathing. As you breathe in life, and breathe out love. Breathe in life and breathe out love. As you become centered, focus your attention on your beautiful heart, your beautiful Christ self. Become filled with gratitude and allow into yourself that which fills you with peace and light. So we begin. invite you to gently return to this place.
So we move into our prayer of health, healing, affirmation. I'm sitting there thinking about Disney's Beauty and the Beast. And the Beast, shows all of his human beastliness, all of his coercion. He actually abducts Belle's father, and then Belle, with her love, exchanges herself for her father, sets him free. But the Beast looks like he's like a hopeless case. Did anybody else see Disney's Beauty and the Beast? Would you raise your hands if you did? Oh, okay, good. We have pretty much a consensus. Now, if you didn't, you are invited to my house and we'll watch it together. Because in this prayer, at the end of the story, the Beast realizes his divinity. He realizes the love that he is. And all the coercion melts away, and all of a sudden he raises up, and he just has light shooting out of his fingers and toes and head, and he's surrounded in light. And so my prayer for health and affirmation is to know who you are. That's who we are. Okay, as long as we're speaking about prayer, and before I forget, our prayer partner today is Bedford, and he'll be meeting anyone who would like one-on-one prayer in our meditation room at the back of the sanctuary. So we move now into our affirmation of prosperity. So this is a time when those of us who feel Unity of Appleton is our spiritual home practice putting spirit first in our financial life. This practice prospers the spiritual community we love and supports our own spiritual growth and prosperity. Please give whatever amount Spirit guides you to give, whether it is in person or electronically. Whatever that amount is, take that gift into your heart and bless it with your love. Feel free to bless the plate as it passes by. Let yourself feel grateful to God in you as your one source. Then please join in our affirmation of prosperity. Unity of Appleton is alive with the energy of Spirit, in the flow of divine abundance, and radiant with unlimited possibilities. And our celebration of giving and receiving, let's say together, divine love in and through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I joyfully give and willingly receive. I give in love, and I trust God as my source.
Got that pounding again, it's my heart in my chest. All the worry, the thinking, the fear and the stress. It's anxiety, lately my constant companion. Nights are long, all alone, and it's dark and it's cold. Watching the world's events spin around and unfold. It's so frightening, unsettling, this world that we live in. Well, sometimes life hurts, that's the cards on the table. And you've got to cope just as well as you're able. And when you feel you can't take anymore, cradle your head in your hands and breathe. Just breathe. And breathe. Just breathe. Sunday messages say that we all must have faith, but at times all the thoughts in my head just escape. I lie sleepless and wonder, what good am I doing? What's the power of one? I'm just a tiny dot. How much change can I make? What's the strength of my thought? I can't fix the whole world. I am only one person. At times life's a bad dream from which you can't wake, and you think there's not much more of this I can take. I'm just one person, but what I can do is cradle my head in my hands and breathe. Just breathe. And breathe. Just breathe. There's a light at the end of this journey, we know, because we're not alone on the path that we go. All of us striving to get to the light, and somehow it all turns out right. Got that pounding again, it's my heart in my chest. All the worry, the thinking, the fear and the stress. It's anxiety, but this time less power to move me. Breath is life, it is love, it is solace and friend. When you think you can't make it, just breathe to the end of the day, my friends. Sometimes that's all you can manage. Well, sometimes life hurts, that's the cards on the table, and you've got to cope just as well as you're able. And when you feel you can't take anymore, cradle your head in your hands and breathe. Just breathe. And breathe. Just breathe. And breathe. Just breathe. And breathe. Just breathe. And breathe. Just breathe.
Oh my God. Thank you so much, Paige and Synchronicity. That's just beautiful. So, it's blessing time. We are truly blessed, except for I don't know. And there's two of us. Thank you. We are truly blessed here to be with one another in this community. So we give thanks to all of you. Thank you. Okay. I know that, okay. Before I do this, I'm going to ask Carrie to stand. She has an announcement that I don't want to forget. Would you? And yeah.
I haven't been on this side of the podium in a long time. It's a little scary. Well, one of the things that happened this morning I was so thankful for, and that was I heard somebody talk about what a welcoming community we are. And I think that's really something to celebrate. The leadership here would like to take that welcome one step further. And that is shifting our mindset from visitors to guests. Can you feel that difference? Guests are people we intentionally care for, connect with, and make sure feel comfortable from beginning to end. And we do a fantastic job of greeting people as they arrive. There are many of us here who greet. But where we could use a little bit of help is after the service. Many of us have responsibilities once the service concludes, and it can be kind of hard to continue those meaningful connections, especially with new people. And so we're looking to expand the welcome team a bit. We're hoping to create like a simple rotation, perhaps a once-a-month commitment, so more of us can help connect with newcomers while still keeping that flexibility in our schedule. And so it might look like this. Like if you decided to be a new part of this welcome team, the greeter would introduce a new person, a new visitor, guest, to you, and then you would be the person who would follow up with them after the service to, accompany them to coffee or, just befriend them when the rest of us might be, taking care of other duties and things like that. Just to make sure that we follow through from beginning until end. You could, if the greeter introduces you to somebody new, you could talk a little bit about how we do have the rotating beautiful ministers that we have here, and maybe talk about the optional discussion time at the end, because those are things that are quite unique to our congregation here. So really it's about presence. It's about making sure that no one leaves feeling unnoticed or unsure of what's next. I like, John, how you have begun telling people to sing along so that people know, because otherwise they might not know if they're supposed to sing or not. So if you'd be willing to extend, our Unity hospitality in this way, we'd be really grateful. Hopefully, Paige, could you have a sign-up sheet that might just be like a additional welcome team member for next week or the week after? That'd be great. Well, thank you very much, and that's all I have. Back up to Linda.
We'll have to get you up here more often. You do such a nice job of explaining things. Okay, so announcements. Looking for something important to do, be a volunteer tech team member. Help Bert out there, back there all by himself. I'm sure he'd like to have some respite. So help run basic systems that keep worship smooth and distraction-free. Remember, we're learnable. We can learn new things. Key duties: operate and troubleshoot the AV equipment, run PowerPoint slides, manage Zoom for services, set up and monitor live streams using OBS, provide quick tech support during services, teamwork with other tech members, keep software up to date, arrive 45 minutes prior to service for setup. So if you're comfortable with computers and you're willing to learn and you're reliable and you're calm under pressure and you're team-oriented, oh my goodness, talk to Laura or Bert to learn more.
In other words, if you're like Bert and Laura.
And then just breathe. And let's see, a friend of mine once said, anything worth doing at first is worth doing poorly. I'm like, what? You can make mistakes? Yep, that's how it goes. That's how we learn to walk. Building update. We have a new renter. Wow, that's wonderful news. Roxy Thai Massage by, and I'm sorry, I will mispronounce, but Chadwille. Well, that's wonderful. This is what I was referring to earlier in the welcome. Esther is an organization that's nationwide, And along with the Wisconsin Council of Churches, they are holding a nationwide rally on Palm Sunday, March 29th. It's called the Palm Sunday Public Witness Walk and Rally. It's held from 1 to 3. It is multi-church and interfaith rally. And here in Appleton, we will meet in Houdini Plaza. So come join hundreds to voice your scriptural mandate to love our brothers and sisters. But we know that we are divine, and when we connect with our divine, it's no mandate. It just happens. We have love and kindness and compassion. So this is endorsed by the Wisconsin Council of Churches. Palm Sunday Path is a growing movement of faith communities that have decided now is the time for Christians to stand up to rising authoritarianism, white Christian nationalism in a new way, which is such a political thing to say. They've drawn a line. They've said that there's different kinds of Christianity, but there's a whole bunch of Christians that really are following the path of love and compassion and kindness of Jesus. And then there's some that have drawn a line, and we're like, no. So if that's something you're called to do, just be aware of that. Release and reimagine. Several of you asked about the Lent 2026 book. They have arrived and are available, on the Connect and Serve table. Ongoing book studies continue on Monday, 6 to 7 p.m. You Are the Happiness You Seek. And on Fridays, 1 to 2:30, Unconditional You, A Journey to Self-Love. Anyone is welcome to join at any point. And today's workshop with our dear Reverend Sandra McKinney is the Ancient Wisdom of Numerology. I do believe you need to have pre-registered to attend this. Is that correct? There was work she needed to do for us, but we can all tell you about it next time. If this is new for us. Those of you that have birthdays in the month of March, if you're willing, please stand or wave, or just know that we are sending you happy birthday wishes. And there's a cake in the Unity Cafe today to celebrate. And are we going to sing? Whoa! Happy birthday! Is it? My birthday's today. Oh, and
Hey, happy birthday, Betty.
happy birthday. Were we good?
We have to sing for that.
Yes, I hope so.
Here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Betty. Happy birthday to you.
We are blessed by your incarnation. So, if you care to join us in the prayer of protection, sit or stand. And together, the light of God surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us, the power of God protects us, the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.
Wouldn't change it if I could. I'm good. Trying to figure out who I am or who I'm supposed to be. Feel good about where I stand so I can make the most of me. Coming back down from space, a million miles away. There's a lot of love in this place, and I'm just trying to say I'm good. Living life just like I should. Wouldn't change it if I could. I'm good. of revolution, found a way to be a better person. We come together like we should. We could all be good. I'm good, I'm good, I'm good, I'm good. Living life just like I should. Wouldn't change it if I could. I'm good, I'm good, I'm good. I'm good, I'm good, I'm good. Living life just like I should. Wouldn't change it if I